What's up, guys, and welcome back to Tech Plant. Today we have another light review. Barrina really liked my last one, so they sent me another awesome light. Now, I do know some of you do not really care for these reviews, but this literally keeps the lights on for me. Since I don't do Patreon or donations or any other form of income, these free products really help me out. So anyways, let's get this box open and let's see what's inside. This is a kit that does come with 4 separate lights, and they all do link together. And there is 3 different colored lights that you can activate, so it is pretty neat. We'll get more into that. So right off the bat, there are quite a lot of peripherals here besides the actual lights. You've got zip ties, you've got your cords. These are like the extension connector cords. And then you have 2 dedicated switching cords, which is important because that means you can have 2 separate sets. And then you have all your hanging hardware, and they really include a lot of different stuff and a variety of stuff, so that way you can really find any way to really make this work for you, and you can hang it in a variety of situations. After seeing the peripherals, let's take a look at the actual lights. So these are quite interesting because they are a little bit of a different profile compared to some of the other Barrina lights that I have reviewed in the past. They're a little wider and they're a little shorter, so you can fit them on a much larger variety of shelves. I usually use 4-foot stuff, but these are pretty cool because you can link them directly together if you do want a longer light. They do come with an optional light reflector, and this becomes really important when you put these lights above your head. So with my Barrina lights, anything that's pretty much lower than eye level, sometimes I don't use them because I don't need them, but if they're up high, it's really necessary. Otherwise, you're kind of staring into the bright LEDs, and it's kind of painful. So they are optional, which is pretty nice, and they're pretty easy just to slide right on in. The connectors on here are also new for me. All my previous Barrina lights are just sort of like a rubber connector that just goes in. There really isn't any waterproofing, but all of these actually come with a nice O-ring, and the seal is really strong. I mean, it was actually quite difficult for me to get the plugs on there, which is a good and bad thing because obviously it's a little hard to get it on there. But once you get it on there, you can be pretty confident that it's sealed off nicely. So you don't have to worry too much when watering where water can get in those cracks. So I'm actually going to use these as aquarium lights, so I don't have to worry about any splash buildup causing issues. Like we saw in the previous unboxing, the Barrina lights are really starting to come with a lot of options. They have these cool little hangers here that you can either screw directly to a surface, or you can use the little screw and ring thing so you can actually hang it from a chain or some other mechanism. So it's nice that there is a variety of ways to mount these. I always love flexibility whenever I have any product, so it's pretty cool. As I mentioned before, the cool thing about this set is you do have options for what color light you want, and this can be pretty important for depending on what you're trying to get out of your plants, if you want more of a flowering or more of a vegetative growth. So you have your more pinkish glow, and then you have your more orangish yellow glow, and then there's the combination of the two. So really it can fit any of your needs. And another thing I do like about this is I have a lot of their grow lights. So I have the very pinkish ones, I have the white ones, I've got the very golden yellow ones. So I can actually use these to sort of match whatever shelf I put it on, which is pretty neat. Another pretty interesting thing that I actually liked is no matter what color you choose, whether it's the combo or the singles, it's all the same wattage. So that's kind of nice because you're not kind of changing your actual output, you're just changing your spectrum colors. So that's pretty cool. Now I know I did show earlier that you can link these up with the actual cables. However, if you do just want one continuous light, you can just plug these directly into each other, and that's always a cool option. Again, I really love options whenever I'm looking at any product. These lights do have a timer function on there. There is 3 settings you can choose. Personally, this is where I think a lot of products fail. I know a lot of people will disagree with me, but I do not like built-in timers or power switches that are digital, if that makes any sense, because now I can't hook this up to an actual physical timer that all my other lights are running on. So I have to depend on its internal timer, and that doesn't always jive with what I'm trying to accomplish. So in my opinion, if Barrina is watching this or listening, I think getting rid of these digital timers or making some sort of pass through is more important than giving us this option, because you are then restricted to those 3 times only. And so again, for most people it's fine, but for me, I'm very particular, and I would love to just be able to override this and just have an external timer power it, but you can't have everything. Like I said earlier, I'm going to try testing this out with my aquariums. I don't have a lot of aquarium lights, so the fact that they're sending me these products is really helpful because it's allowing me to sort of jumpstart the whole aquarium thing. I've been sort of waiting for supplies, so it's pretty cool that I got these for free. It's really going to help me out. But again, with the whole timer thing, I have to depend on the actual timer of the lights, which is not ideal for my situation, but what can you do? Well, that pretty much sums up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing and you get a little better idea of what you're in for if you were to purchase these. They are pretty cool, and thanks again to Barrina for actually sending these out to me for free. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, may your plants grow strong and healthy. I'll see you next time.